We are playing a little bit more with MC Eternal 2. And today I'm going to show you guys my setup for my automated lava, kinda lava. There's going to be more lava than this, I needed more source, and I figured out how to get integrated dynamics to work to autocraft. And it's a little bit complicated, so it might take most of the video just to cover it. Um, Plus, I don't understand everything about integrated dynamics, but this is how I did it. So using my same wheat farm that I had a bunch of this straw, right? And I'm constantly getting more straw. Now, a lot of it's been used up because I'm using it up to, like, during my process to get this stuff to work. In fact, I didn't even know, like, if it would work at all. So, basically, you have item interface right here. This lets your network connect to this chest so that it can use the items in the inventory. I then created a crafting table and a logic crafting interface with a variable card that is set to recipe. These are very specific. Sorry, one second. These are very specific to the crafting, like the recipe has to be exactly what JEI gives. At least in this situation. So in this situation, I wanted to do rope, and I click rope, and then it adds it. Notice the straw is in those two particular locations. I wanted to point this out because I put them over here, and it didn't work. And I thought for sure and I racked my brain for about an hour trying to figure it out. All it was is just have JEI send over the information, and then it'll work. Then you're going to create your card from that, and it becomes a recipe card. Attaching it to a crafting table will let the system automatically craft when it is requested to that recipe. So you could put these crafting tables, and I'm probably going to, down at your crafting terminal down below if you have the integrated system, and it will allow you to tell it to craft hoppers, chests, etc. Just be very specific with your crafting recipes because it does get it's pretty picky. Now, the reason why you want to use a crafting table is you could actually just use the crafting logic on, let's say, that right there. It's the only item according to the guidebook that allows it to craft and go into the inventory of the item because it doesn't have its own inventory, right? Crafting table doesn't have its own inventory, so it utilizes any crafting space with an item interface in it to craft the items. So you notice that it's actually crafting the ropes and putting them inside of the barrel because there's 4 of them being made at a time. Now, that noisy component is the seeds. I have the logic cable running over here to a hopper. Now, you cannot export straight into a composter, but vanilla Minecraft allows you to export into a hopper and then outport with a hopper. Import, outport, whatever. Import, export, right? So you're going to export from your system wheat seeds or whatever you're going to compost. And then it's going to go into here, of course, and you don't have to right-click it. Then you have your exporting hopper, which just pulls the bone meal out. Easy. And then, of course, you have your item import, which imports the items back into the system. So basically, all the seeds that are in here are going to get converted into bone meal. Not only making it so that I don't lose anything through a void, but it makes up a lot more space. I can even add more items to the exporter in a list form, and it'll allow me to compost all of that. And bone meal is more useful than seeds right now. At some point, I will probably have yet another farm, maybe a little bit larger, different structure set up. Now, that leads me to the crafting process for the ropes. I have an exporter here with a variable card that says rope. All you do is come in here, go to item, drag your item over, boom, add your variable card. Okay? Now it's going to export to rope. However, And it's only going to export the ropes that are already in the system. Don't forget to control these outputs. Scroll all the way over to the end and click on the craft if it's not on. So it's crafting. Does that make sense? I hope that's clear. So you're going to go to make sure that this is set up for crafting. Now, if you set it up for crafting, notice I'm getting my magma blocks. If you set it up for crafting and you don't turn on a chute, okay, let's say you're not using a chute, you're using something else, but on the chute just lets the items fall, right? It doesn't require a redstone signal, so it was the only item I could think of that was like a dropper. Okay? So it works basically like a dropper without having to have a redstone signal. It was dropping them fast. So come over here to part settings and change your ticks per operation. It's actually, I don't like the way that's worded. It should be operations per tick, but it's put ticks / operation. So I have it set for 50, and it seems to be just fine. Like, you could speed it up a little bit more, maybe, but it's at some point I'm going to run out of the straw anyway. Now, oh my God, I have been hammering at reading, and when I read a lot, it makes me sleepy. Yeah, see how the rope isn't bunching up on the top? You don't want it to be bunching up, and if you keep it consistent, that's how you're going to get your lava. Now, lava is only created from regular stone, unfortunately, so there isn't really much you can do I can do at the moment to break all this and pick it up. But getting magma blocks is a really big deal. I've been working at it a little bit. Oops. So, let's see. I got regular stone anywhere? Yeah, I do. There. So, the next thing to be done would be to work on finding a way to collect up either the magma blocks or the lava. And in my opinion, I think it's possible. And I haven't thought the whole process through yet. I think it's actually possible for you to collect the lava and then use it in a bucket and then also fill your source power. Because we're going to need a lot of source. Notice this is empty. I have it set for a relay, which is right here. And that's being sent over here. So now we're getting double the amount of, well, not maybe double, but we're getting a lot more source than we had before. But I'm using a lot of it because I'm flying all the time. But that also means that what I can do, which is awesome, is I can collect up lava. I can collect up magma blocks. And I can begin to set up a way to get a mob farm going. Because the next source link is going to be the vital source link. And that basically gives you a source from killing mobs and mobs dying, I believe. Or you can make a farm and farm animals, I guess. But really what I want is a lot of source so that I can keep my source down below full. And then I can take and put another flight ritual down there. I know this is starting to look like a little bit of a sky block, but I didn't mean it to do that, honestly. Where's my map at? That was not intentional. Yeah, I'll have to do some what we call base beautification at some point. I don't even know why I didn't make this 2 layers. Oh, well, that would be a good reason right there. But now I don't have to worry about dying by falling. So that's a good thing. That was my biggest concern, was I was eventually going to run out of source. And yeah, I would be done for. I'm making it 2 layers, so that way I can make sure that I have room to break down and move around. And it's easier to work with a flat surface like this and not have creatures running around. Because I kind of screwed up with the vampires. I like having them there, but I mean the vampire hunters, but they're just not. Yeah, they're getting in my way a lot, like a lot, and it's starting to get on my nerves. So once I get my house built downstairs, down below, I will then place doors and everything else, and then we'll start moving everything over for integrated dynamics, and yeah, we'll go from there. But today we've got enough to do a another blaze, the ritual, the gateway, and I don't know if it'll work, but I'm going to do it far away and in an open area. And if it fails, at least I know now that it will have, see, look, renewable. It's renewable, you know, as long as you can keep on placing blocks. The problem is I don't know how to place. There's not a block placer that I know of. I don't know if there's a placer. You see what I mean? Like, I'd have to have rats do it. I don't know how to do rats doing that. So anyway, that takes care of that. Gives me a ton of source. Keeps my source down here completely full. And then I can go adventuring, get myself some more wild and wings. Possibly, maybe, just maybe, I can get some more cool items and complete some more quests. We're not going to do, you know, I decided I'm not going to do the gateway. Let's not do the gateway because I have a feeling that there's something wrong with me trying to do the gateways. But I got myself some. So instead, why don't we do this? Why don't we go see if we can get the magma creams from, because I still want to do a mob farm. I still want to see if I can capture. Let's put these away. Oh, look at all the stuff I did. I had like integrated dynamics going like crazy. I still want, and I have a flimsy journal now, so I can cast spells from irons, but I don't have any spells, so there's no point. I even got the manual out, you know what I mean? Like, that's how bad it was. I want to get a full source jar so that I can travel to the slime island at will. For right now, I just want to be able to travel back and forth. I'm assuming that poor Drigme, he must be out of his mind, scared to death. So now I should be able to automate this as well, the source gems. I'm going to do that as well. I need to get some drawers going though, because I don't want to make an infinite amount of source gems. I just want to have enough source gems to like a stack at a time. Like whenever I want to be able to have them. I just don't want them to just keep on running, especially since I don't have an infinite amount of lapis. But I do need quite a few source gems so that I can make these portals, and I also need enough. Oh crap! I need to learn to wait. I have so many of those flower seeds now, which is a waste of source. I know, but all right. That should be enough to make some more source stone. We may even be able to make a mob spawner. It's a quest anyway. Uh-oh. Oh, well. I didn't want it to use up. Why is it choosing to use andesite and whatnot? Let's go ahead and grab all the regular stone out of here. And I have tons of clay now. Finding that lush cave was the stuff. And that's great because that's going to allow me to make the Tinker's Foundry. All right. So we need warp scrolls, source jar. What? I had another warp scroll. That's not good. Did I lose it? Oh, maybe it's in my backpack. Yeah, it's in my backpack. See, I was already preparing to go. All right. I was also thinking, what if I just made the Drigme underneath there? I just made a chamber, right? And if mobs spawn in there, the Drigme will start picking up on it because the Drigme, I believe, has a range on them. I've never tried just sticking you know, a mob farm right next to a Drigme. I mean, I've always done the containment jars, but look at it. I got 218 of these things. Um, what is the range on those? I think it's like, well, even if it's 16 blocks, right? Like if I go right here and then I make a chamber, like a full big, nothing but dark chamber. I mean, that's a mob farm on its own. And then if enough mobs spawn in that area, then I don't have to worry about mobs spawning over the top because I've reached the mob spawn cap. Maybe. All right, so let's make this one and get going. Now, I still don't know if this has to be built like this. But I'm building it that way anyway. Did I eat rotten flesh yet? Yeah, I did. Trying to eat all the different foods too. So I can get as many. 93%. That's actually good enough. Did I have a relay going to that one? And this one's 100%. So we'll just swap this one over here. So we got enough to do the ritual at both spots. Now the Dominion one's going to be having issues because it doesn't know where to go. Then to here. Uh, why is it doing that? All right, position set. Send. It is not wanting to link. And no, I am not doing it wrong. I really have a hard time with the linking in this thing. For some reason, it just does not want to. This one's sending. What? No take. That would be no take. There. I didn't do anything different, by the way. That was literally it just not wanting to link. I just double checked that it was set and it was, yeah. Because I'm not trying to take from anything. I'm just trying to send to. I ran out of mana already. It was filling that jar up. All right, so these jars should be able to get me my portal. I've got my 2 warp scrolls. We've got some glass. I've got enough source stone, I think, to make yet another. It's a secondary portal, right? There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, it's only 14. So my idea is I go up there, get flight, come down here. How far away is that thing? This is going to get me a lot closer to the areas I want to go anyway. Where's the Slime Island? The Adventure Tower is not that far, so maybe I should. I think the Slime Island is over here. I want to go the right direction this time. I do not want to end up going the wrong direction. That looks like a Slime Island. Oh, there it is. So it's right there. So going to here will get me halfway, and then I can go the rest of the way on foot. And then I won't have to do it anymore. All right, so we'll put this one here. And we wanted to say when I come out, I want to come out right. I'm going to break these, don't worry. I want to come out right here. So that way it looks like I'm walking right out. And then this one will be at the other location, and I'll use it on this portal. Yeah. Okay. So we'll get the flight, and then I want to play around with the magma slimes, with the slimes from the Tinker's Islands to see if they can even convert. They may not even convert to magma creams. Actually, crap. One more thing. I need a cage, at least one cage, maybe more. The supplementary cages work, I think. And I got frogs, so I can actually, I wish these worked for the containment jars. You know what? I'm not going to put the rabbit out. I was going to let him out, but I got a couple frogs. I can get frog lights. There, 3 cages. That should work. A bat cage. A cursed cage. Wow, I'm gonna have to look that mod up. It looks kind of good. Can the cage get any bigger? Oh. Rat cage. That's gonna come in handy. I knew that was gonna be a thing. I do have one of these rat wheels. I don't know how to use it to get power, but okay. And then let's put the Dominion one away. That in there. And we don't need the programmer. We do want a shovel or excavator. And we definitely want our novice spellbook because that's going to help us break blocks if we need it. And I need to see one more thing. Can this look for slime islands? No. But you can look for other stuff, like crazy stuff. Well, we're not searching for anything. Let's put that away too. All the inventory space I need. All right, let's go. Yeah. Worst comes to worst, I use that the spell. I destroy the whole island and I just wipe it out. I don't even know. The liquid slime might actually have an effect too. But we're making progress. We're definitely getting progress. Okay. Whoa. Oh, you lose the lead when you go through. All right. Well, I screwed up. I need to refresh. I want to have as much flight time as I can. I'm just gonna fly there. Forget it. Because there's also that long period of time that you spend just spiraling back up to the top floor. So I'm thinking if I just fly, I might save myself a lot of visual pain in the butt. I don't know what that was. Did something break? Wow, I got enough flight time that I might have actually been if I wasn't dilly-dallying. Well, I better get down. All right, so how far away are we? Not too far. I suppose we could summon our horse and get the rest of the way. I got plenty of blocks in my dank no, so I should be able to pillar back up just like I did over there. But this gives me a good starting location. Wait, what? Yeah, this gives me a good starting location. So I can go from there, fly through the portal, and then be halfway across the map. You know what I mean? So even though I don't have flight all the time, I basically have flight long enough to get to various locations. What in the hell? Are you a mailman? Mad respect for the mailman. I think I was just attacked by the buffalo. No run into the woods for me. All right, we're almost there. Can I not run into a tree for once? Yeah, dude, I know. Whales? Whales. And killer whale. Not exactly what I wanted to see. All right. So the question is, are the slimes going to continue to spawn? That's going to be an issue. I don't need a duck egg. All right, we're gonna do the pulley thing. We're climbing. I really probably should make ladder a stairs or something, but now I don't have a paraglider, so if I fall, I better hit water. Good God, this is far. I hate doing this. There we go. Okay. So I'm thinking I have to be here at night for this. Let me see if I can do this. That was not what I wanted to do. Okay, good. Now, I haven't seen any slime spawning, so I'm kind of worried. Can I excavate? Oh, that's right. You actually have to... Huh. That's a cool reward that I just got from somewhere. Cool. Yeah, the excavator works just fine. I believe the horse is falling and flatten this out one level, make it a little wider. I don't know if it's what causes them to spawn. I know they're not going to spawn on magma blocks, obviously. But I'm thinking that the grass blocks themselves are what make them spawn. And it's fixing to get night. Oh, there's a guy that just shows up. Plague Doctor. See, now that it's nighttime, I'm hoping... Yeah, see, this is spreading. So that's good. I want to fill this in and make it one big platform. Nothing but... Will you go away? Go. Get off here. Get off. You'll be fine. All right. Like, I don't know what causes them to spawn. I don't know if I get rid of the liquid if they'll never spawn again. Or is it possible for me to build one of my own? Like one of these islands, move it somewhere? That would be really cool. Um... This is the widest part of the island, right? Yeah. So I made it as big as it'll be. Maybe if I don't get rid of all the liquid, like I leave the liquid on the bottom, it'll still... Come to think of it, hold on. What have my buckets and this stuff? What does it do? Oh, that's how you make them stupid cakes. I'm gonna call them stupid. That's what they are. What else? That's it? Yeah. You can use them to make slime steel, which I can use these to make slime steel. So let's just... We'll keep one bucket around just in case we need it for something. Yeah. What did I do? Oop. I think it's the grass that they spawn on. And the more grass above the liquid, the better, I think. But I don't know. Y'all know, let me know. I don't really understand the mechanics of this. Or maybe it has to have a tree nearby. Oh, wow. I don't want to use all of it. Huh? It's nighttime and not a single spawn. All right. Well, let's pull our portal. For access. We'll build it over this way. Oh, it spreads to regular dirt? Oh, the grass does. Okay. Are those vines? Oh, that's how you get the slimy vines. Okay. Well, maybe if I go like that. Now, let's go ahead and build it a little ways in. If nothing else, it gives me a high enough. I go through the portal, I can fly straight over there and I can do stuff. I can go down and yeah. So if nothing else, it's a good launching point. There. Jar. Oh, let's sneak. Let's say we want to pretend like it's going to come out here. So we are there. And then we throw this one into ya. There. And now we can go back home. Let's go ahead and chunk load this though. And that way we can see, because if nothing else, maybe one of the slimes will like come through the portal. Maybe. Excellent. As intended. Now we just, okay. There. There. I didn't see any slimes, so I couldn't capture any. That kind of sucks. But I wonder if I can't get the containment jars ritual to go decently, maybe what I can do is use those cages to move. It says that you can use the cages to move small animals, but I don't know about mobs. I mean, slimes are a mob. What I mean by mob is the hostile mobs. But slimes technically aren't really hostile, are they? Not little ones. They can't really damage you, they just push you around. So it's dark out. Let's go find a creature to try and capture. We're gonna need ink sacs. Oh, there we go. The skeleton was right there. Oh, it's getting daytime. Oh, they're despawning. Crap. Well, can I move a squid? Oh, it says small animals. So what qualifies as a small animal? Fish? It is a small animal. It's a fish. I know, I know. How would you catch a fish in a cage? I didn't press the floaty. Ooh, that was close. I forgot all about the fact I had the flamingo. All right, how much time we got? We are out of almost out of time. So let me show you the Ankh. I'm gonna do the Ankh thing, and then I'm gonna call it good for this video. We did quite a lot. Easier access to the floating islands too. So you kill enough undead mobs, eventually you get grave dust, and you get the little soul thing that you need. Takes a while. Now it's got a long cooldown. You can't do this every day, but it's an hour and 59 minutes of playtime. Like that's a long time to cool down, but plus 17 efficiency bonus increases animal attributes by 58%. Let's use that one. Yeah. Because I'm not going to be harvesting stuff by hand if I can help it now. Wow. Dual wielder. Gnarly. All right. I know what I'm going to do. I really am going to make that mob farm under the ground here. If you jump and hit 4, I forgot I can float. This whole time I had the flamingo. So let's see. One more. Oh, look at that. There's some tin ore right there. What am I doing? I gotta clear this out. This is probably a bad idea. It'll be okay. Right? Where is he at? He's right there. Generally, he's right there, so. Instant bubble. How many blocks was that? That's quite a bit. Man. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. Technically, this is a mob farm already. I just don't want to break anything important. So if I go right here. No, 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 no. Is my backpack picking up everything? Huh. I guess my bank mill did pick it up. There. You come down. There. Now, it just didn't want to break through the roof. I may end up having to kill that guy, which is as simple as breaking the block below him, I believe. I would use this to break stuff, but it just makes a mess. The way that it breaks stuff is just very. All right, it doesn't have to be nice, I guess, as long as there's just creatures that spawn in here. Yeah, this level's good. And if worse comes to worse, I can just put some of those plants down here. I need a destruction gadget. What does that take? Probably the precision machine. Everything requires the creates precision machine. Oh, it's cool. You can see where the light hits. Any more source. All right. I mean, that's not bad. That was pretty quick. Right? And then just put a little trapdoor on it. Maybe possibly hope for a few mobs to spawn down there. It should be dark. And it's within his range. All right, guys. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. I'm going to do a little bit more work on cleaning up the area, of course. I don't know why I even bothered setting this up. I knew I was going to have to break it. In fact, this can go too. Oh. I got my nice cooked rat. Yummy. Put a sign down so that way I know where I'm going. Inzimland? I don't like the silent S in that word anyway. All right. So now we've got 2 portals that'll take us to the slime island or whatnot. What are you going to do now? See ya. You'll be fine. It's just water. Yeah, so this works out. I'm assuming that the vines will grow long enough eventually I can probably maybe use them for something. Oh. Oop. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, guys. It wasn't that much of an adventure, but I did show you guys my setup, and you'll see that maybe I can get some slimes to spawn on here, get some magma slimes, or slimes converted to magma slimes. I don't know if it'll work with Tinker slimes. We'll see. Take care. Bye-bye.